Jadi wang kalau as a broad study, dia ada before 1913 and after 1913. Before 1913 pun mereka menggunakan wang kertas tapi disandarkan dengan emas. Paper money as a history was first introduced in China during the time of Kublai Khan. Bila Marco Polo pergi ke China during the Young Industry period, dia jumpa benda ni dan dia bawa balik ke Eropah dalam buku dia Travels of Marco Polo. Dan awalnya mereka menolak sebab mereka menggunakan emas dan perak, tapi lama kelamaan mereka juga menggunakan wang kertas tapi disandarkan dengan emas dan perak. Dan so kita menggunakan kalau di Amerika sendiri pun awal-awal mereka menggunakan, kalau kita tengok mereka mengatakan silver dollar disebabkan mereka menggunakan mata wang yang ada silver di dalam itu. Jadi history of money ni, what is money, where does it come from? Dulu-dulu dalam hadis Rasulullah pun mengatakan commodity money ni boleh digunakan. Jadi gold and silver sampai 1918 US masih lagi guna gold and silver. Kalau kita lihat yang di sini ni, yang wang kertas itu boleh ditukar, itu masa Spain boleh ditukar dengan emas dan perak. Kemudian the gold standard, Bretton Woods 1944, bagaimana kita sampai ke 1944 Bretton Woods nanti saya ceritakan. Dan selepas Bretton Woods kita tutup the gold standard, US tutup gold standard dan wang hanya menjadi kertas. Saya nak katakan di sini sikit, bukan nak kutuk siapa tidak, tetapi ketika saya di perbankan Islam, saya memberitahu pakar syariah ketika itu bahawa mata wang kita ni tidak disandarkan dengan apa-apa komoditi. Tapi salah seorang pakar syariah saya ketika itu, dia mengatakan tidak, Manap, mata wang kita ni disandarkan dengan emas, kita lain daripada negara lain. Saya kata tidak, tapi saya tak nak bergaduh lah kan. Jadi saya minta staf saya tulis surat pada Bank Negara kan. Jadi dia orang tulis surat, kita tulis surat tahun 2005 pada Bank Negara, dan Bank Negara menjawab kita berhenti menggunakan emas sebagai sandaran semenjak 1971. Kenapa saya keluarkan ini? Bukan sebagai kutukan, tidak. Bagaimana pakar syariah membuat keputusan bila dia tidak tahu detail tentang kewangan? Saya bukan nak kutuk, sebab banyak isu yang saya pernah tanya dan mereka tidak tahu tentang isu ciptaan wang yang lebih berat yang akan kita bincangkan. Jadi semenjak jatuhnya gold standard itu, maka every 10 years or so, 11 years pasti ada financial crisis. Jadi macam saya katakan tadi, 1971 in US, 1978 petrodollar crisis, lepas tu 1986, 87, 1997, 2008. So kalau kita campur 11 tahun to 2008, 2019, lepas tu kita ada COVID, jadi kita tak nampak the financial crisis. Tapi kalau we add another 10, 11 years, so which means that 2028, 29, saya rasa definitely there will be another financial crisis. Saya tak heran kalau benda tu berlaku because of this money creation issue. Dan mata wang daripada ada sandaran, langsung tak ada sandaran, hanya kertas, dan kemudian kita menjadi late 80s kita introduce credit card, jadi money becomes just plus money. Lepas tu we move to digital, digital menggunakan handphone, dan hari ini we are talking about CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, which is going to be a bit more tough and difficult. Setengah orang tak setuju sebab kalau di Canada ketika COVID lockdown, ada yang protes dengan kerajaan yang mereka tak setuju kerajaan, dan sekarang CCTV motor-rata, they identify who you are, they link to your digital ID, they block your account. 200 truckers punya accounts that was blocked by the government and they took it to court. Alhamdulillah they won. So this is the risk of digital currency. So which means that kalau we get a very dictatorial punya government, then they can easily close your mouth, macam pernah berlaku di China pun. So these are why some people are worried about this digital currency. So just as a comparison, saya cakap tadi, saya bagi tahu gaji saya 990 dulu, 1980. Gaji because paper ni pun saya buat dulu 2019. So, tahun 2019 the graduate was already earning, same graduate, same level, was earning around 3,500. Jadi kalau kita tanya persoalannya, siapa mendapat gaji lebih? Ya, kalau kita lihat dari itu, saya baru dapat 990, graduan hari ini 3,500. Jadi pendapatan mereka hari ini 3.53 times higher than what I was getting. Jadi sepatutnya kehidupan mereka lebih mewah daripada kehidupan saya dahulu. Tapi sebagai comparison, kalau dibayar dengan US dollar, kalau dibayar dengan US dollar ketika itu US dollar RM2.20, 1 US dollar. Jadi gaji saya kalau dibayar dalam US dollar RM450, 450 USD. Dan graduan hari 2019 ketika RM4 1 US dollar, maka gaji dia equivalent to 875. Jadi dia masih mendapat gaji hampir 2 kali ganda daripada apa yang saya dapat. Okay. Kalau kita compare dengan emas, ya, kalau kita compare dengan emas ketika itu, harga emas 675 USD per ounce, which means that kalau dibayar dengan emas, gaji saya 0.72 ounce of gold. Walhal 2019 dia dapat emas hanya 0.675 ounces of gold, which means gaji dia, pendapatan dia lebih rendah daripada pendapatan saya dahulu. Ya. Kenapa saya compare ni? This is where the issue about inflation. Sama ada we are living the same standard of living ataupun tidak. Tapi kalau kita compare dengan hari ini, today 1 ounce of gold is already 4,219. Ya. And kalau dibandingkan 0.72 ounces of gold yang saya dapat dulu, gaji equivalent hari ini is 3,000 US dollar, which is to match my salary in 1980 is almost equivalent to 12,000 ringgit to have that same standard of living. Ini because bila kita menggunakan basket of basket of goods to measure inflation apa semua, ini semua boleh diubah-ubah, boleh dipilih-pilih, kan? Rental macam ni, harga barang macam ni, you can look for the cheapest goods. Tapi kalau you ambil gold, it's standard. It's a standard wherever throughout the world you pergi, it's the same price. Kan? So, to maintain the same standard of living as 1980 with a salary of almost 1,000, you need equivalent of 12,000 today. So, that's what money is all about. Dan ketika saya bekerja di London, ini saya pun buka mata sikit-sikit, because tahun 1994 saya kerja di London. Dan di London kita mendapat 2 increment, 2 types of increment. The first increment, macam kat sini kita dapat 1 increment saja. Tapi kalau di sana dapat 2 increment. Saya tak pasti sekarang mereka masih buat macam tu atau tidak. Tapi 2 increment maksud satu performance increment. Performance increment berdasarkan performance kita. Tapi ada satu lagi increment, semua orang dapat sama. Semua orang dapat sama. In terms of percentage, dia panggil inflationary adjustment. So the first thing is they decide is what is the inflation for the previous year. So, kalau dia kata 4%, semua orang dapat 4%. Tapi 4% based on your basic salary. Kan? Semua orang dapat 4%. On top of that, you will get a performance increment. Itu tergantung performance of the company. Why this inflationary adjustment? Because the paper money, the money that we have, has reduced in value. So, in order to maintain that same standard of living, you need to have this inflationary adjustment. Yeah. Jadi the only stable money is gold essentially. Yeah. Dan kalau kita tengok, price of gold has gone up 1 ounce. Daripada 1 ounce in 1833 was only $18 per ounce. 1920s $20. Lepas tu 1933 between 26 to 35. And during the Bretton Woods period it was $35 per ounce of gold. Dan 2010 2015 saya tak update benda ni. Now it's, macam saya tunjuk tadi dah 4,000 lebih. But during that period is $1,889 per ounce of gold in 2015. So, kita kata price of gold has gone up. This is the impression that we have. And when one professor was looking at this, not this slide, but the next one, bila dia tengok ini, baru dia realise, ini professor, ya. Bila saya kata, kalau you have $1 million in 1833, you will get 53,000 ounces of gold. And today, in 2015, you only get 642 ounces of gold. What does this mean? That the money has shrunk in value. It's not the price of goods have gone up. The money has shrunk in value. So that is theft. That is theft. And this has to be taken to consideration when we talk about riba. Why did this happen? What caused this? Apa yang menyebabkan nilai ini jatuh? Ya. Dan kalau sesiapa yang tahu, saya pernah dapat duit ni dalam laci ataupun almari ayah saya dulu. Dan saya tanya dia, ayah ni apa dia? 1/4 sen, saya tak pernah tengok. Dia kata, Manap, itu 1/4 sen tu zaman ayah dulu. Kan? One bowl of mi and air. One bowl of me and air. That's a quarter cent. This was in 1920s, 1930s. So, sekarang you bagi 1/4 cent. Siapa nak 1 cent pun nobody wants. You bagi 10 cents pun the children doesn't want. What happened? So these are things that sometimes kita tak realise. Ini kenapa wang hari ni dah tak ada? We don't have copper coins hari ni. Okay? Dulu kita banyak copper coins 1 cent. But this is where dia panggil Gresham's Law. Gresham's Law ni, the good money will disappear. Good, because over a period of time, in the 1980s, masa saya kerja dulu pun banyak lagi 1 cent. Tapi sekarang kita tak tengok 1 cent. Because the value of the copper in the 1 cent, nilai dia lebih daripada 1 cent. So would you want to give to somebody? Because the value, real value is more than 1 cent. Katalah now dah 10 cents. You will keep that 1 cent coin. You will not allow it to go into circulation. This is where orang yang buat besi-besi buruk ni, dia collect this 1 cent coin, dia leburkan 1 cent coin ni, dia dapat 10 ringgit. It may cost him only 1 ringgit to collect, but when dia lebur and jual balik copper ni, dia mungkin dapat 10 ringgit. So this is called Gresham's Law. Good money will disappear after bad money. After some time, which is why gold will keep, because gold price is always going up. Just to give you an idea, I got a friend about 5 years ago, dia dapat one payment about 5 million. So dia beli gold. Dia tanya, I'm not using this money yet. What do I do with it? I said, keep gold lah. So dia beli gold. I think 2018, 2019 around that lah. Today, that same amount of gold is valued around 14 million. That 5 million is now about 14 million. Had he kept that money in the bank, he will not get 14 million. Nak suruh invest, bukan semua orang tahu macam mana nak invest. But something that, safe. He bought gold, he kept it. Now the value is about 14 million. See? This is another thing. Yes, we blame it on inflation. Kita pergi universiti, kita belajar, yes, demand and supply and all that. Yes, dia mengatakan price of goods goes up. Jarang kita nak menceritakan tentang the shrinking purchasing power. It's always price of goods going up. Kita bagi tahu masyarakat. So masyarakat gets indoctrinated by, it's the price of goods, it's the price of goods. Never about the money itself. So we never blame the monetary system. So what? Okay, this is another one yang saya kadang-kadang melawak lah. Saya kata, who wants to be a millionaire? Kan ada program, who wants to be a millionaire? Dan saya selalu kata macam ni, if you give me 400 ringgit as training fee, I will make you a millionaire tomorrow. 50 ringgit is my training fee, 350 for your capital. So banyak orang akan angkat tangan. Alright, okay. The first thing you do is tomorrow you take the 350 ringgit, you go to the money changer and tukar rupiah. Immediately you will become you become a millionaire. But what is the purpose of becoming a millionaire when your purchasing power is only 350 ringgit? So, but kita kadang tak faham duit ni, because kita tengok atas tu 1 juta. Orang dari Indonesia, so many millionaires tapi what is your lifestyle? This is understanding money ni. So it is not how much you receive. It's better to receive the 1/4 cent zaman my father dulu than to receive 1 ringgit or 10 ringgit even today. This is the currency in circulation. This is data in 2023, March 23, real data from Central Bank of Malaysia. Currency in circulation, 1 ringgit is 3 billion, 341 pieces. 3 billion, 421 pieces. And then all those other currencies kat bawah. Dulu kita ada 500 ringgit, 1000 ringgit, tapi sekarang dah tak ada. So total currency in circulation is 155 billion. 155 billion, but in terms of pieces, kita ada itu value 156 billion 156 billion is in currency value. Kalau dengan coins apa semua, is about 159 billion. Pieces, number of pieces is 7,164 pieces. 7 million. So kalau kita tengok, why do I do this? This is the cost of printing. Okay. Cost of printing saya tak dapat Malaysia punya, jadi saya just translate saja cost of printing from US, because from the US punya Fed Reserve boleh dapat the cost of printing. So the cost of printing $1 note or 1 ringgit note is about 0.75 cents. Okay, so the cost of printing 7 billion 164 million pieces is only 700, almost 800 million ringgit. But you translate that into currency value, it's 155 billion. Yeah? So, which means that when the government prints money, the government makes a profit of 154 billion. Okay, this is an important feature. Sebab, why when the government needs to build a hospital, of course we cannot cover everything dalam hari ni, but when the government, let's say, needs to build a hospital or a road, why can't the government print the money? And then we get hospital for free. When the government prints the money goes to the contractor. Contractor have to pay the suppliers. Contractor have to pay the workers. Then money goes into circulation. And the rakyat gets a hospital or a road for free. But lepas itu, doesn't mean that every time the government continues printing money. Because then you start to charge tax. Kan? So this is where money management becomes very critical. But then what I'm saying is, you don't have to go to the commercial bank to borrow. Is there a mechanism for it? There is. During Kublai Khan's time, that was about 1,000 over years ago, he was already doing it. Without a banking system. So it can happen. But pengurusan kewangan tak bolehlah ada ketirisan. And Kublai Khan was very strict on this. Yeah? So these are things that we need to re-explore. There's a lot of knowledge that has been lost over the years. How was the Islamic Empire built? During a period when there was no banks. During a period when there was, the issue of riba was not like what we are facing today. So there is a system in place, but we lost that knowledge. And this is why we need to re-explore. Yeah? So that we get away from this issue about riba. Why? Because this is the only verse in the Quran di mana Allah kata, aku dan Rasulku akan berperang dengan kamu. And when I read this Imam Malik punya kitab, dia kata, aku dah baca Quran banyak kali, tak ada satu ayat yang menggetarkan aku kecuali ayat tentang riba. Sebab ayat lain Allah kata, datanglah pada aku maafkan kamu, bangun waktu subuh, istighfar banyak, apa semua. Tapi bila datang tentang ayat riba, di situ Allah kata akan berperang. Jadi persoalannya, apakah semudah-mudahnya dengan buying and selling that the banks are doing today, that kita dah jauh daripada isu riba ni? Or are we going deeper into the lizard's hole? Jadi kalau kita tengok printing, tadi kita kata ni, total currency in circulation, printing cost is 793. So government makes a profit from the paper printing is 154 billion. Yeah. So the question is, total money in the system, when you look at central bank's report, mana country pun is about the same. The paper money that we have in our pocket is called M0. That's the money that the government prints. And then dia ada M1, M2, M3, M4. Orang semua tak tahu benda ni. Tapi kalau total monetary in the system, which today they classify as M3, is 2 trillion. Money government prints is 159 billion. Mana datang difference-nya? Where did this balance of 2 trillion comes? Mana datang duit? This is where you got to understand the banking system. And this is the money that's being created by the banks out of thin air. Saya sebut kata out of thin air. Kun fayakun. Kalau nak kata the starting point of why Allah berperang is they have the power to create which nobody else has. Besides Allah, who can create something out of nothing? Bankers. Duit tak ada, tiba-tiba boleh ada. Betul ke dia ni cakap? Because when I spoke to this in front of 40 CEOs, including 2 bank CEOs, there's one CEO bangun and said, Manap, why are you talking about? But towards the end of the talk, dia mengaku that there is manipulation by the banks. And I will show you exactly how it is being done. But before that, let's look sikit in terms of history of banking and the current monetary system.